Thank you so much for your courage to go through with this. Probably one of the highlights of my life was a couple of weeks ago. I went to Texas, and two of my very best friends in the whole wide world that have been together 40 years got married in Texas, Houston, Texas. And I'll have to say that it was the best wedding I've ever been to, including the two of mine that I went to. Now I'm not married, so that tells you about when you love someone. Your story was just so great, but I can't wait to read it. But did you have contingency plans? Like, I mean, had a good outcome, but what did you think about what if?
I tried not to, and I have to say, John really, he had a great effect on me in a lot of ways, and one of the best ways, he helped me understand and put into practice not obsessing about things I can't control, and always having the glass half full attitude. And I had to do that during this process. I wouldn't let myself consider the possibility that they would rule against us. It was too scary. It was too painful to consider that. So for me, contingency was, I'm just not going to think about it, and I'll deal with it when it happens. But from like the legal aspect of it, for me personally, when John was diagnosed with ALS, we did everything we could to prepare ourselves. We bought a new condo, one that was one level, much more handicap friendly. And when we decided to do that, John said, "And Jim, my name is not going on it. This will only be in your name." Mm-hmm. So he was thinking ahead. What can we do to make sure that no matter what happens, you're protected. You don't find yourself in a really bad situation. So it amazes me that I can say one good thing about ALS, and that is ALS. You have limited time. But that's enough time to do all of those legal things, financial things, that if he had died in a car accident or dropped dead of a heart attack, we wouldn't have been able to do that. So for me, from the very personal kind of legal and financial perspective, for me, I didn't have to have a plan B because we had taken care of all of that. It was more the fear of if we had lost, wondering how soon after we lost, I would get an updated death certificate in the mailbox from the state of Ohio, because I absolutely believed that they would do that just to be vindictive.
Yeah, in fact, I talked to him throughout this case, throughout the time, and he was very calm and level-headed, but some of the parents in the case were not quite as calm because they had received birth certificates from the state of Ohio with an asterisk on the bottom that said pending the outcome of this court case.
Yeah.
I mean, so even when they won in federal court in Ohio still sent them death certificates with birth certificates with an asterisk on the bottom. And so, they're thinking about it from their kids' perspective, and a couple of them, I think, ran to legally adopt in certain places just to do everything they could to protect their kids before the outcome of this case.
I'll just make one more comment. I have a straight girl affection for Matt Bomer and Jonathan Groff, but Jim, I think you're hotter than both of those guys. And not to discount your love and your relationship with John, but I hope that you find love again.
Thank you. And I will tell you that's, Facebook, of course, so I had to post something today about it being our 3-year anniversary, and part of that was, again, thanking John. He gave me so much, but one of the most selfless things he gave me was over the last year of his life. Over and over, he would tell me this. He would tell people who came to visit, and they would kick me out for like an hour or two so I could take a break. He would tell them and tell them to tell me as well, but he told me over and over, when I'm gone, Jim, don't give up. Keep living, keep loving, find happiness again. And that's a really beautiful gift to get from someone. And I figure, this case was all about living up to my promises and commitments to John. So I figure the least I can do is live up to that promise as well.
Right.
So
Great. Well,
that's what I'm doing.
Best of luck to
Thank you.
and everything else that you do in your life. You've already, I mean, you've attained it, so.
Thank you.